What is up, lovelies? Lilith here. Welcome back to Looks Could Kill. I apologize for being gone for the past, I think it's been a week or two now. I was dealing with being sick, and then all the stuff with the coronavirus, and it's been a lot. But we're back! And for today's video, I wanted to do something a little different that I've not seen anybody else do yet. I was watching this YouTuber, who I'm not going to name, and they were just, going through some stuff. So, I was just thinking about depression and anxiety and all this other stuff, and I thought, what a better way to raise awareness for it than with a makeup tutorial. And in the tutorial, I'm just going to kind of show you guys what the world sees and how everyone perceives you versus how you probably might be feeling on the inside if you've ever dealt with anything like depression or anxiety, etc. Alright guys, let's jump right into it. So I've already primed my eyes using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion for anti-aging. Looks like this. So all I did was make sure that it follows the line from here to the tail end of my brow. I'm going to use the Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D. It is so dirty, don't judge me. And I'm going to start with the shade right here. And I'm just blending away at this transition shade. Next I'm going to go ahead and jump into the shade right here. And I'm going to pack that all over the outer corner. And I'm just dabbing it. I'm not really swiping it or pushing it around any. And next, real quick, I think I'm going to jump in with this more reddish brown right here and sweep that into my crease. I'm totally just winging this as I go. I didn't really have a plan for exactly how I wanted the glam side to look. I just figured I'd wing it. So since this whole look is to raise awareness about depression and anxiety and all those other sorts of things, I'll share an experience I had with you guys. I've only been on a cruise one time. I had a blast. It was like the most fun I've probably ever had in my life. But now keep in mind, I don't have any fear of water or boats. I usually don't have a very big problem with, large groups of people. I don't know what my problem was. The second I got onto the boat, I had a full-blown anxiety attack and was crying for probably like the first hour on and off and just hyperventilating, and it was a hot mess. I don't know what caused it to flare up to this day. I did enjoy the rest of my trip, so don't worry about that. It didn't last very long, luckily, but it was just embarrassing for me and kind of weird. It didn't make any sense to me because, like I said, I never really had any problems with anything that I was being exposed to, so I'm not sure what even caused it. So that's my little story. Let me know in the comments below, if you guys deal with this on a constant basis, if it just flares up from time to time, what your worst experience was, what got you through it. Leave it in the comments down below. Moving on, next we're going to go in with the black right here and pat that on the outer corner a little closer than we did the dark brown. Now that I've laid down the color, I'm just going to go in with the smaller fluffy brush I used earlier and blend that out. Speaking of anxiety and depression and all the things that go along with it, I am still trying to get over being nervous coming on here and talking to you guys. And another reason I had decided to do this look was because I looked for it and I haven't seen anybody do it yet, as far as I know. So if you guys have, leave their links in the comments down below. I'm curious to see what they did with it. Now I'm going to clean off my brush and I'm going to go in with the deeper brown shade and just blend that into the black a little better. Next, I think I'm going to pop this white on my inner corner just to lighten it up. I'm not really going for like a cut crease or anything like that today. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that is my poor cat Lily crying. I might have to go get her for just a second, but I'll be right back. Do you want to say hi to the people? Do you want to say hi to the lovelies? Yeah. This is Lily. She is my best friend. And she is the best anxiety reliever I have found for me ever. If I've had a hard day at work or just an overall bad day, all I have to do is lay down on the couch. She'll come and cuddle with me, and I can pet her and give her love-ins. And it makes me feel so much better. But that's just what works for me. But I'm going to kick her out while I finish this video. And we'll get right back to it. Say bye. Can you say bye? Say bye. Now that I look like a crazy person, let's blend out some of this white. And make it blend with everything else that we've got going on. Next, I think I'm just going to lay some highlighter down over top of that white. And this is the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. So I'm going to add some more of that white to my brow bone, just to define it and brighten it up. Alright, next we're going to go in and do a wing liner. I'm going to use the Hank and Henry liner, and I think it's slick with it. I might have to put my mirror way too close to my face for this, so I apologize. Wing liner would be so hard for me to do without the mirror, like, right here. I have horrible eyesight. I wear contacts, and when I'm not wearing my contacts, I have to wear my glasses. I am blind as a bat. Alright, we're gonna rip that tape off. Not rip it, but you know. And sometimes tape isn't always that great. This is why I typically don't do my face first if I'm doing a really dramatic look or a wing. So I'm just going to go in with this teeny tiny little brush and some makeup remover and straighten out that line. And I actually didn't have fallout too bad, so that's awesome. Next, I'm going to go in with my Tarte Big Ego mascara and pop some of that on. And I'm going to show you my trick for lashes. Now, you can put this on the back of your hand. I happen to have a very dirty makeup palette. So I put a little bit, just like a drop of my lash glue on it. And then I take it and I'm going to sweep my lash through it. And then I'm going to set it there and I'm going to do my eyebrows while it dries and gets tacky before I put it on, because I am impatient and I can't just sit there and wait. I've got to be doing something. And if you don't have a makeup palette and you don't want to put it on the back of your hand, another thing you can do is the little plastic covers that will usually be over an eyeshadow palette, like on the inside. Those are really good too. I'm going to go in with this eyebrow pencil. I apologize, I think I got it in BoxyCharm, but it doesn't have a name or a label on it. But any eye pencil will do. Brow pencil. And I like to go really heavy on the arch and the tail, and then use a very light hand to do closest to my nose. Then I like to go in with this iconic Sculpt and Boost eyebrow cushion. It's also dirty. You can tell I use some of this stuff. And I'm going to go and define my outer brow even more. This is kind of extra. You don't have to do this. I just like to. Next, I'm going to go in with my new ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. Yeah. I like this. It's got hyaluronic acid in it, and me personally, I don't feel like I need a whole lot of coverage. Mostly, I just get really red cheeks. And so I'm mostly just worried about covering that up, and anything else that I have an issue with, I'll go back and cover that with concealer. So by the time I've got a full face on, I don't really need a full coverage foundation, so this works for me. And I have dry skin, so I like that it's really moisturizing. If you have oily skin, you probably won't like it. And I am in the shade, Light 5N. So I'm going to go ahead and pump some of that on the back of my hand. I usually do like 2 pumps, I think, and I normally do that for my full face. I'm only doing half my face today. Kind of forgot about that. Whoops. And I almost forgot about my lash. I am on a roll today. You know what else I forgot? Primer. I got way too ahead of myself. So we've done the eyebrow, we've done the eyeshadow, we've done the mascara, we've done the eyelash. Now, Lilith, we're going to do primer. And I'm only going to prime one half of my face. I'm going to use the Tarte BB Cream. It's tinted, which I'm not a big fan of, but I like that it has the SPF sunscreen in it. It's SPF 30. This is starting to feel like a Power of Makeup video, but it's not. Promise. And I'm just going to dab that foundation I put on my hand with a beauty blender. Tinted moisturizer. Same difference, you got me. Next, I'm going to go in with my Benefit Hoola Bronzer Contour Stick and carve out the good side of my face. Or the happy side of my face, I guess. Feels so weird only doing half of my face. I've never done this before. Let's go in with this bronzer brush and blend it out. Look at the difference already. This is insane. Next, I'm going to go in with the Benefit Cakeless Concealer. This. Alright, let's go ahead and set that now with my Anastasia Beverly Hills setting powder in translucent. Next, I'm going to go in with this brush and do some contouring. As always, I'm going to use my Tarte Parkway Princess palette. I'm going to use the coolest tone first to get in and really carve everything out. Then I'm going to go in with this one and kind of just dip randomly into the other three shades here and swirl it around. Always tapping off, always using a very light hand. Next, I'm going to go back in with my Mary Luminizer highlight and highlight my cheekbones, kind of around my temple, my nose, and even right up here. I don't like to go all the way down the nose, that's just my personal preference. Next, I'm going in with this Too Faced blush in the shade I Will Always Love You, and I'm going to put that on my cheeks, obviously. Next, I'm going to go in with this definer. Next, I'm going to go in with this definer brush and smoke out my bottom lash line. I'm going to be using the same colors we used earlier. So I'm going to start with this one and then maybe focus this one on my outer corner. Now to work on the depressed side of our face. I'm going to go back into the Shade and Light palette with this brick color right here. And I'm going to get a little bit of it on my pinky and then smudge that around top of my eye and under my eye to give the effect of some like red puffiness. And I'm going to wipe what's left on my cheek to make it look red and irritated and also puffy. I'm going to apply way more mascara than necessary. Also, I realized I forgot my lips, So I'm going to do that real quick while I'm thinking about it before we move on with this. I'm using the Ulta Beauty Automatic Lip Liner in Garnet. And then I'm going to go in with this Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in Bittersweet. That is really bright. Brighter than I was expecting, or maybe it's just the contrast. I'm going to take this teeny tiny paintbrush, dip it into a black watercolor, and make sure the color is really watered down. And we're going to make some mascara tears. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my cat has the cutest meow ever. She's so sad right now. I'm ready to wrap this up and be out there with her. This is not giving quite the effect I wanted. If you're feeling like this, and you're just a depressed, sad wreck, or you're anxiety ridden, just know things will get better. They always get better. And there's so many different things you can do now, from calling a friend, or getting some sun, or yoga, or medicine, or seeing a therapist. But there's so many things you can do to get help. So just know that it does get better. I believe there's a website actually called betterhelp.com, not sponsored by the way, and suicide hotlines, and like I said, friends and family and activities and medicine, and sometimes just sunlight, or if you need to sleep and wallow in it, that's cool too. You'll pull through it though, so don't give up. And don't shame anybody else for feeling or looking like this. But this is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. Again, I'm sorry I've been gone so long. I'm glad to be back though, even with all of this crazy stuff going on, pandemic and such, you know. If you're having a hard time, if you're going through it right now, whatever it may be, short-term depression, long-term depression, you're just sad today, whatever it is, I hope things get better for you guys. Alright, that about wraps it up for this video. I'm gonna go wash my face. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Always remember, guys, if looks could kill, nobody'd be freaking out about the coronavirus right now.